All right, it says we're live. So I was gonna look the same. Anyone who's on the YouTube page and stuff like that, they'll see it from the YouTube page and stuff because we
Cool.
in the studio. Okay. So yes,
Yes.
live your life, dogs live with Dog University Pet Services. Donnie the
What's up? What's
Kanuku
up?
trainer. Donnie the Kanuku trainer. We're gonna learn something about the Kanuku today.
The Canucos of Aruba, man. And you know, I haven't even been to Aruba yet, so
Yeah, yeah.
hopefully I'll get out there.
I've been there. I've been there. It's fun. They got
Yeah.
excellent food. Excellent food out there. For
All
real.
right, all right. I
Everything's
tell
nice
you
and
what I
fresh.
do have. I tell you what I
What's
do
up?
have though.
What's up?
In Aruba, because I helped out this place called Aruba Rescue. There's a lady out there who said when I get there I can stay in her guest
Oh, so you should be gone already. But no, but you got a lot of you do a lot of things with these dogs, so I know you don't get to travel too much. But we'll get into
Oh
that.
my goodness, no. I haven't traveled in a long time.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, this is the
Yeah, let's do it.
Live Your Life Dogs live. This is my first live. Like I said, I'm here with Dog University Pet Services, Donnie the Kanuku trainer. I'm Woods. For y'all that don't know, they call me Woods. I love all dogs. I appreciate dogs. Take care of dogs, breed dogs. I do it all. You know what I mean? Only thing I don't say I do it all. That's sounds like a little crazy, but because I'm not a trainer or nothing, but yeah, I
Yeah,
love dogs and I try to do what I
you do
can.
train. You do
Yeah,
train. You
yeah, I
can't
do
have
train with
dogs
you.
without, and that's
Yeah,
one
I
thing
train
we
my
got to talk
dogs, so
about.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't have dogs without being a pack leader. You know what I
The
mean? You
alpha, yeah,
can't
gotta
have
be,
dogs
gotta be.
without being, especially if you have more than one. You're a pack leader, man. You
Yeah,
should look at it like
especially
that.
if you got the bully breed.
Absolutely, because you got to be firm with them. You got to be
Definitely,
real firm with them,
definitely,
and make sure that the structure of the pack stays solid. So you are absolutely a pack leader if you got more than one.
definitely. So yes, I'm Woods, and here we do anything dogs. We could talk about any breed, anything you want to talk about: training, food, lifestyle, shelter, inside and outside,
Lifestyle.
leashes,
Oh my
health,
goodness. Leashes.
anything. We do anything. Live your life, dogs, and like I said, it's dogs, so it's all dogs here.
That's
So
right.
anyone wants to come along and talk about it could be a golden retriever, we're gonna talk about it. It could be a poodle, we're gonna talk about it. And we're gonna learn about our dogs here. We're gonna respect each other, love
Yeah,
each
they
other,
all come to
love
my
our
house.
dogs.
You know
Yes.
that. They
Because
all
you
come to
are
my
you
house.
are you are a boarder and a trainer.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I get them all. You
and this
know,
is this
I
is
even start
why
liking small dogs.
yeah, I mean
The little tiny dogs.
listen,
They be all like,
you
nah.
know, I like the Patterdales, and they don't get too big, even though they're terriers and they
Yeah,
do
yeah,
some
yeah,
dirty work.
yeah. They small, but they. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
hard to call them small because of how athletic they are,
I
how
mean,
impressive
it's
they are.
probably good there's not a
But
dog that's 100 pounds with the attitude of a Patterdale.
oh my goodness, no, no. I
You know
mean,
what I
but
mean?
you do kind of get that with the the cane corsos type stuff
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that.
You get him
But
with the dog with some dogs. You get him with the pit bulls. The cane corso. You get him with the bully breeds. You get him with some of those big shepherds too.
yes, yes.
Yes, but here today we're gonna talk
Hmm.
about the Kanuku.
All right, all
The
right. Let's get
Kanuku.
into the
That's because
Kanuku.
that's what you do.
That's what I'm
That's
doing
that's
right
that's what
now.
that's what you're doing
And
right now is the
and
Kanuku.
I'll tell you how this all got started. Okay, so I I was just doing my regular thing, just training dogs, and I have a Rover account. You know what Rover is, right?
Yes.
Rover, yeah, yeah. So I board and did daycare on Rover and piled up the reviews. And because it was right after the COVID time, there were so many nervous and scared dogs. Um, that I was working with them and I was helping them out, and I started getting a bit of a reputation for helping dogs that had issues, right? So
Okay.
then a place called New Life for Paws, um, which is one of those agencies that rescues the dogs from Aruba and brings them over here and gets them adopted. They found me on Rover, and they had a dog that had some issues, and they had to rehome him, but they needed some training as well. They didn't want to
Okay.
just rehome it and just until they could find. They wanted to put it somewhere where it was going to improve and get more adoptable, let's say. So at that point, I got my first Kanuku, and her name was no. There was two of them. There was two of them. Those are the ones on the Kanuku Trainer Facebook page, Gus and Jay. They were
Oh,
both,
so you had Gus and Jay before
yes,
Gracie and
before
Benny.
Holly and before,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm deep into the Kanukus. I'm four or
Yeah.
five deep into them right now, right?
Okay.
So Gus and Jay came to me, and they were hard to handle, but we got through it, and then they sent another one named Holly, and we just do what we do. We give them a nice place to stay, and we work on them, and they got better. So then they just kept sending them, and now I got the one that you met, Benny.
To
So
two.
that's how I got
Benny,
into the.
Benny and Gracie.
Yes.
Okay.
Now um Gracie was the first one that ever came to me where they said we don't know what to do, and we might have to put her down.
Gracie and
And
Benny.
well, Gracie was the first one.
Okay. And Benny was
Yeah,
this ended up
Benny. It
being the
happened
second one.
right again with Benny because Benny
Okay.
had bitten someone as well, and he had
That will
a
do it.
serious crate aggression. And as a
Yep.
matter of fact, I had never dealt with crate aggression, didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to take Benny. Um, when the driver came, we couldn't even get near the crate to get him out. So I was on the phone with Marie from New Life for Paws, and I was like, "What are you doing to me, man? What are you trying to do? I don't do this kind of stuff. I can handle, dogs that want to bite each other, but I don't want to deal with a dog that wants to bite me.
Yeah, or dogs that are in already in people's home, people's
You,
pets,
you
but they have
know,
certain problems, certain
right.
issues.
But I
Yeah.
don't mind the problems. I don't mind scared. I don't mind nervous. I don't mind aggression, dog on dog aggression. That's easier. Or let's just say it was less scary. Dog
I
on
mean,
dog, because I mean, dog on me aggression is scary.
yeah, well, the dog on dog aggression, all you got to do is keep the dogs separated.
Right.
Dog
And
on
that was
you
easy. So
aggression,
that, yeah.
how you gonna feed him? Yeah,
So
yeah.
so because we have a good relationship with New Life for Paws, I gave it a shot. So we got Benny into the place. It took a little while, but we got him into the place, and I eventually gained his trust and stuff like that. And now you saw the relationship now.
Yes, and
So
we do
so
have
yeah,
that video up of Benny on Live Your Life Dogs
yes,
YouTube page. So anyone want to go check that out? It's up there. You could learn about Benny, and he's looking for a forever home. He's a good dog,
that's
but you'll
right.
see. Go watch that
You can
video where we explain
actually,
all that.
when you come up here, we're gonna get some footage of him as he goes through training and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there is always if you want to follow tight, the Kanuku trainer page on Facebook is where everyone is going to be watching him.
Okay.
And yeah, there's going to be a lot of interaction on the Kanuku trainer Facebook
The
page.
Kanuku Trainer page on Facebook. So everyone go check that out. And
And this one, right?
Kanuku.
So it's both of them, because the Live Your Life dogs, you got exclusive stuff.
Yes, I do.
Because
Yes.
you're up here with a camera getting exclusive. So
Yes.
that's but the stuff
We'll
that
be
I
doing a lot
do,
of things together this summer. So
right, but the stuff that I do when I'm talking to the Kanuku community is
mhm.
going to be on that page.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it would
We're
make
gonna rock out
sense
with
that
both of
if
them if you
people are
have.
interested in these dogs, and you should be, because of how impressive they are. If you're a person who likes dogs, especially if you want a dog, this is a breed of dog that not too many people know about, but
Hmm.
have the qualities of dogs that people pay a lot of money for.
Yes,
And right
especially if it
now,
comes
it,
from the we the working dog. I've
yeah,
seen
these
what
guys
you
could
do with him,
do
and
agility. They could do a ton of stuff. You
yeah.
know, they could win obedience titles. They could do everything. Now, the thing about them is they are very, very interesting to train because of what they're like, because of their temperament.
Hmm.
They're basically street dogs, you
Yeah,
know. So they come with these temperaments that let's
and
just say that the qualities that you get that are successful on the street are not always successful in the home. You know what
exactly.
I mean? So you have to train them very firmly, and that's why you have to have an overall really good view of what training is, and how to get it done when you have a challenging dog to train. It's They have so many things packed into one because they're incredibly athletic. Their prey drive is insane. They have the functioning and
Well, I
communication
mean, like
speed
you
of
said,
like a
there
border collie.
everything you would need to, to survive on the streets coming from a street
They
dog. I mean,
have
you're
all
catching
of that.
they're
You know,
catching a lot of
yeah.
their food sometimes, believe it or not.
Yeah, and your heart goes out to them because when they get into people's houses, these really nice people, these people who love these dogs so much, bring them into their houses and are too lenient and give up too many, and then they end up getting into trouble. But it's really predictable trouble
Yeah.
because the things that they get in trouble for are stuff that you would expect a street dog to get in trouble for,
Yeah, but
like
we had that
resource
conversation.
guarding,
Advanced dogs,
right? Like,
advanced.
they're gonna
I mean,
resource guard. They're from the street.
advanced
They're gonna
owners.
do that,
Yep.
right? So they're gonna be protective of certain things. They're gonna be hard to recall. Like like all of these qualities that come from street dogs, that people need to expect it and train them properly. And that just means, like I said, getting a good view, an overall view of what training is, and applying all of it to these dogs
Yes, yes.
because
And
they're
what
worth
is
it. They're worth it. You saw Benny. You
Yeah, I've
saw
seen
Benny.
Benny.
Benny's
He's ready.
amazing.
He's ready to. Benny's definitely ready to work, and
Hmm.
I mean, it almost. I mean, yeah, Benny's definitely ready to work, and probably pretty much any work you need Benny to do, you just got to train him for it.
Yeah. So
Or put
what
him
we're
on
gonna
a couple of
do?
times for that, and he'll be good. Now, what is
Well,
before you get
go
into
ahead.
what is
Go ahead.
now the Kanuku name? What
Hmm.
is that? What is that? What is
Now,
because
what
when
I
you say they're
learned
street
is
dogs, so that they're
Kanuku. It means country. It's the Aruban country dog. They're really
okay.
just mutts that run the street, but I guess they're so endearing to the people there.
Country dogs, Kanuku. Okay, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, and they are very endearing to the people because, I mean, tourists come there and take dogs home.
And they just and that's just they just
They're literally rescuing these dogs because a lot of them are on the streets. They're
and
having
they're just
litters in
able
the
to
street,
take them home. Yeah, you just bring them
and they
on and
can,
yeah,
they bring them somewhere, get them all the shots and everything like that, and have them sent back home.
end up with a free dog, and then
Yeah,
not
yeah.
realizing in 8 months if you don't know what you're doing, you got a
You
half
right,
wild dog in your house.
right. You have a dog that has street qualities living in
Yeah, you're
your
treating it
house.
like a dog where it got the parents and the grandparents and the pedigree
Right,
comes
right.
from
Like the
a pet.
well-bred, like
Yeah, the pedigree comes from a pet
yeah,
where this dog's parents
yeah.
is still running around the beach somewhere.
Right. And I tell you what, these things that we're talking about, um, for me, that's what makes them exciting. I like high speed, high energy, um, prey drive. I like that kind of dominant,
Yeah.
almost aggressive. You know what I mean? I That's what I
If
like
that's what
about
they want to
dogs.
do and it makes the dog happy, and I mean, especially hunting dogs, like you got people that have dogs
Yes.
that were originally bred for hunt, whether it's small game or big game, and it's like,
Hmm.
oh, we don't
Hmm.
want to do that, but it's like, that's what the dog's for. But At the same
that's,
time, you know,
yes,
that's a whole
that's
nother
what
thing
they
we'll get
should
into.
be doing. That's what they were bred to do,
Exactly.
and they're going to be
Great.
happier doing that. You
Agree.
know, or you have to understand how to make connections with these dogs so that you can use their qualities to make them happy, but doing something else that you want them to do.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
Okay,
makes perfect sense.
um, I got a dog that's a herding dog or whatever, but if I don't have a whole lot of other dogs to herd, I will have the dog do something else that'll satisfy that need to work.
Yeah, but then you got dogs where if that herding dog, if that herding dog comes from a background where his and sometimes it don't even got to be direct where it's mother and father, it could be grandparents, whatever. But if he got a lot
Hmm.
of hurting in his bloodline, in his
Hmm.
pedigree,
Hmm.
you might just need him for a certain amount of cattle or a certain
Hmm.
amount of yeah. I've
I
seen
mean
one dog
that.
hold. I've seen one dog hold
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
down as far as getting them. You know what I mean? You know,
Hmm.
you see
Hmm.
this, so
Yo,
you
I'm
know,
gonna tell you, when I
you get
first
the right
saw,
dog, you get busy, hold 100 sheep in a
yo,
circle. You know what I mean?
when I saw a herding dog at work for the first time, I was
It's amazing.
completely shocked. I was
Yeah,
amazed
it's amazing.
at the ability of these dogs. The intelligence, I mean, is shocking, but the physicality is something that I did not expect. Just
Hmm.
all together. I mean, they run 30, 40, 50 miles a day. you know,
Like
and they
it's nothing.
control. Yeah, and they control these animals that weigh, 8, 9, 10 times as much as they do. It's amazing.
Definitely, definitely.
Love it, love it, love it. I watch those videos a lot.
Yeah, and that's definitely something I think Benny could do.
Oh my god. Do you know what I would like Benny to do something that
He could run a lot.
requires. Oh, he can go, but I would like
Well,
him to do
probably,
stuff that requires picking stuff up and bringing it places, like retrieving type stuff, because of how much he likes to use his mouth. Bite stuff. If you saw
so he needs to
the
come with
drive
me, and he needs to
that
come with
he
me
has
and my
picking things
dogs
in his
and
mouth.
my cousin's
Now,
Patterdales and fight
now
stuff.
I hear you. I hear you. You know how I feel about that. I'm scared of dogs getting hurt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
We had
know
that. Yeah.
that.
No, I understand it, but at the same time, if you
It's
know
just what we just got finished talking about. If that's what,
exactly, yeah.
yeah, if that's what they do, then that you gotta let them do what they do. And
I don't let them
if
do what
that's
they
the
do
work you
sometimes.
need done and they can do it for you, then you gotta let them do it.
Then why not? Then why not? Yeah.
Yeah, and just take the safety precautions because that's something we didn't even get into on that. I don't even know. Like, what are the safety precautions you guys take?
Oh,
I
there's a
mean,
lot of
obviously, you
them.
bringing a ton of stuff with you to make sure that
Yeah,
you can
there's a
keep the
lot of
guys safe and
there's a
retrieve them
lot
when
of.
you need to.
I mean, there's collars. I mean, as far as the Patterdale, they get in the earth. So, you know, you
Hmm.
you're bringing shovels. You might have to dig them out. You're bringing stuff just in case they get a certain cut to clean it out.
Right,
You're
right,
bringing all
right.
types of stuff.
All the first
But
aid stuff.
getting back to the Canuco, what's the what
Hmm.
I would what I don't want to say what's the difference between training the Canuco and yeah, I'm actually what's the difference between training the Canuco and
Go ahead.
dogs that breeds that where that's more of a wild breed and then breeds that actually, over the last 50 years been bred inside the house, like not at all wild, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Just
so well,
not
because
any breed, just I guess I'm asking you what's training dogs that are more wild because obviously Kunuku is not the only dog that's a wild type, but that's what you deal with. So
okay,
we're
okay.
gonna compare
So
just any house dog to a Kanuku.
so my theory is, the way my opinion on that situation is,
Uh-huh.
the trick, especially nowadays where everybody wants to do so much positive reinforcement, you really have to start off by managing the situation way better than people are used to managing situations. In other words, the key is going to be not to let the dog get in. Don't give them opportunities to do stuff that you're not trying to train them to do. Does that make sense? Like, don't let them get a hold of things that they can't get a hold, that they're not supposed to get a hold of.
Uh-huh.
Just don't give them the opportunities to mess up, so they won't, and they won't build up these habits that you have to undo later. That's just the first mental shift. That's the first thing you should think about. You got to
Mm-hmm.
go in here saying, okay, so I tell you what, I'm not going to let none of this happen. I'm not going to leave a bowl of food down on the floor so two dogs can accidentally meet up at it at the same time and get into a fight. Like
Yeah.
just don't give them that opportunity, number one,
Whichever
right?
I had that problem before where I've had dogs where one is just like don't even get close to my bone. He be calm the whole time, but
Hmm.
and when
Hmm.
food get involved, he ready
Right,
to get
right.
busy.
And if you're not ready to train through that situation, then you can't let it happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you know how to fix that situation, then what you do is you actually plan for it to happen and fix and teach through the situation so the dogs understand fighting isn't necessary and it's not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
that
exactly
is
what I
that
had
is
to
an
do.
that is an advanced skill in today's landscape. That type of training where you have to deny dogs the instinct to fight over stuff and things like that, because it's very often a physical correction. And that's advanced training nowadays because people don't even want to go. People stop way short of using physical corrections nowadays. They almost don't even want to talk about them. But a lot of the time, if that's the issue, if the issue is anything that has to do with um aggression or something that's like extremely dangerous, like running out of the front door or something that where the animal could get hurt,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? A lot of the time,
Went into the street.
doing something beyond just praising them or not praising them or withholding of treats, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to do it physical, and but you have to know how, right? You have to understand the theory of giving a dog a correction and the theory of changing a behavior from a bad behavior to a good behavior. It's not like you just hit them. It's not like you just yell at them. It's not like you just put them in the crate. It's not, you know what I mean? There's an actual technique to it,
Yeah, the dog has to
and
understand what he did wrong.
100%. And that's your job to make, number one, to make the dog understand which behavior not to do, and to understand that the correction was that this behavior is unacceptable. And not only that, but what would make a successful correction is a correction that would show the dog what to do in that same situation instead of that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And
instead of doing that, do this.
Do you think the Kanuku is because of its background? Do you think it's? I mean, I would say it is a lot harder than other dogs. Like much
um
harder than other dogs.
Now,
Just them
here's
being more.
here's the thing.
I don't want to say
Things that
wild because they're
well,
not tigers. You know
check
what
it
I
out,
mean?
check it
But
out. Things that come, they're both sides. There are two sides to every story, right?
of
We
course,
talked about all the stuff that gets them in trouble, right? About living on the street. You know what else comes from living on the street? High pack drive, right? Like being in
yeah,
a pack,
yeah.
having
That's
a
how you got.
hierarchy, having a hierarchy. That's your crew. That's your pack, and there's a hierarchy, and they have rules to follow. Everybody knows who sets the rules, and once you know the rules, once it's communicated,
You
they follow
follow.
the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean? So your job is to learn how to communicate with them, and I would say they're just as good or better than a lot of other dogs as far as whether they stick to what you taught them. You know what I mean? Because their rules are very solid. You saw how Benny is with me. Like
Yeah,
when he knows what he's supposed to do, it's like clockwork, and it's not because of how he feels. Like it's not because oh he loves me. It's because man, I know how to get him to make the connection between if you do this, you get that. If you do this, you get that. If you do this, you get that. And then all you got to do is do it. It's like when he wants it, he does it and hopes I'm going to give him. So you know what I mean? So he's running
yep,
around trying to do stuff, trying to do things that I taught him to get food from me. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like that's the training is going amazing with this guy because of that. So my point there was that the benefits of being from the street are that once you gain his trust and he'll let you correct him, right? Like when I correct him, I tell him not to do stuff. He doesn't push back at all. All I got to do is communicate it properly,
And he
right?
understands.
Exactly. Now it's my job to make him understand it in a way that he's gonna accept it, right?
Yeah,
And this is why I say like how you get your behaviors and what you do for corrections, how far you have to. A lot of that is up to the dog, right? A
correct,
lot of that it's up to
correct,
him. He
correct.
decides how far you have to go to change his mind. You know?
He or she, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So with Benny, all I had to do was get him to trust me, and now all I have to do is get him to understand uh what it is he's gonna get and how to get it. And he's solid, as solid as they come.
Okay. That's
I
that's
like this dude.
um
I like this dude a lot. And I like this breed. This Kanuku breed is very impressive to me.
okay, so is so I get it is a breed. Now it is a breed because because in Aruba you got
Hmm.
you I mean obviously they're mutts, but you got their Canucos and it's the country dog and that's why they call it Canuco as you already explained. And
Yeah, and they all look different, but they look kind of similar but different. It's funny.
but it gets to a certain point too. I mean, is that not 100%, but it gets to a certain point where a lot of these dogs are gonna have the same bloodline and the same pedigree because, like you said, they're wild. So you got a lot of inbreeding.
Yes,
You know what I
yes,
mean? So it's
yes.
yeah, they're still mutt because we don't know like what
Hmm.
they are, but
Hmm.
it's like
Hmm.
you
But they're on the island doing it in a small
and then
space.
and now I was about to say that was my thing where they're on an island, so it's kind of like yeah, they're not a recognized breed, and I don't know if you want to really call them a breed even yet, but yeah, it's got to get to some point where it's like okay,
I
these
mean,
they just
I
been
mean,
going in circles
then
as the same mutt, but it's the same mutt. It's the same
right.
mutt in the same mutt in the same mutt
So
in the
after
same
after that, it's the
bloodline, and
breed.
probably
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of
right.
inbreeding, the mothers with the son, the daughters with the father.
Yep,
So you know what
yep.
I
In the
mean?
street, that
Constantly
happens.
because
Yep.
they're in. I mean, who's gonna stop them?
It's
You
it's
got
just that's just what
you got
happens.
10 males or 40 males, 40 females in heat. I mean,
Yep,
and
yep.
they're all auntie, uncle, sister, and brother because they ain't never went nowhere but stayed in the pack.
That's right.
So I mean, it's not recognized, but yeah, it's
No.
the Kanuku. I respect it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You have to, because it's coming. It's coming.
yeah,
People like these dogs.
yeah. I mean, and
People like them a lot. It's coming. They're gonna get more popular,
It's crazy because Benny. It is crazy though because Benny looks like a whatever type dog, and then Gracie looks like she could like have maybe a little pit bull in her or something.
She does, right? She
Like I
does.
don't
She
know
looks
what
like she
that's
could be a
about.
little.
Yeah, or bully. I don't want to say. I don't want to. You know what I mean?
But what is a pit bull? What is, you know what I mean? A true pit bull is a mutt too, right?
No,
I mean, it starts off with a bull and a terrier,
don't ever
right?
disrespect.
It starts off with a
Don't
bull and
ever
a terrier,
disrespect.
but the fact is
No, I know what you mean.
they wasn't bred to for bloodlines. They was bred to beef, man,
Yeah,
and they would
I
see
mean, no,
whatever
as
dogs were the
no,
best fighter.
yeah, at down the road, down the road, they were definitely bred for bloodlines, though. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
after they became the pit bull.
Even when they, yeah, after they became the
Do
pit
you
bull,
know
but
what I mean?
they originate from the Sapphire Terrier,
But they mixing dogs in
Ireland.
all the way to get to get more gaminess, to get more this, more
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
They've
know what I
been
mean?
doing that. They've been doing that for a lot of breeds. And
Yeah.
nowadays people are kind of breeding if it's a band dog or they got the greyhound that they're breeding with the pit bull and they're calling it lurchers, or they got the
Oh my goodness, I heard
they
about
got
that.
the Cala,
Greyhound and the pit bulls.
what's they called? The
Um,
Calahooters that they're breeding with the pit
yep,
bull. But
to
see,
get
because
the colors.
they get their colors. Well, with the thing about the pit bull, it gives everything. Like we know, greyhounds are fast, but they
Yeah,
don't have that drive. They don't have that drive to just kill or
they
the
will.
stamina to kill, and
I
you know what
never
I
met
mean.
one, but I kind of feel like they got soft temperament. They seem like they're a little fragile. People be
Well,
faking their greyhound.
they're runners. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
you got football players, you got basketball players, and you got track. Respectfully, no, respectfully, I paid all three. But you
Oh man.
a skinny track player is not about to just go and play defense against no basketball player. He's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely not about to
Well,
take that ball and take that hit from
when
a
you
linebacker.
when you built for speed,
So
you built for speed,
you
and
know
you
the
got to
same thing
be
with
lightweight to be built for
like
speed.
with the band dog, you know, they bred the master or something like that to
Hmm.
give it the speed and the aggression of a of a pit bull or something like that. But you know how that goes. We'll get into that on another live. But
Word. We'll get
today's
to that.
Kanuku night. So going back to the Kanuku,
Kanuku night. That's cool.
Kanuku night. Tonight's
I like
Kanuku
it. I
night. We're
like it.
talking about the Kanuku. We're with Donnie, the trainer, the Kanuku trainer. You know what I
Facebook.com
mean? There's not too many people focusing on the Kanukus. There's not, yeah,
/ Kanuku trainer.
Facebook.com. Let them know again. Let them know again.
Yeah. Facebook.com / Kanuku trainer.
Kanuku
All
trainer.
used in Kanuku. All
Yeah,
used.
yes.
No A in Kanuku. All used.
Yes. How's it spelled?
CUNUCU.
Yes. CUNC. What's the no,
CUNUCU.
sir. CUNC and CU. No, sir. No, sir. CUNC.
CUNUCU. Kunuku.
CUNUCU.
Yes.
Nah,
Yes.
I'm not sure. All right.
All
CUNUCU.
used.
But
Now, so you want to talk about how to train them? What do you got to think about when you're trying to train these guys?
yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
What's the difference as far as them, just being totally wild compared to a dog that might have aggression or anything like that, but at the end of the day, he's bred at a kennel or from a family, so he don't have
Mm-hmm.
that wild background. So yeah, let's
Now,
talk about that.
with these particular dogs here. Oh man, my battery's gone. My camera battery's getting low. With these dogs here,
Plug it in.
you know what? I could probably do that. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second.
Yeah, you
Let
got
me
a
plug
second.
this in. All
You
right,
got a
cool.
second. We got a second. We got a second.
Get plugged.
I'll talk to y'all about more about what we do at Live Your Life Dogs on Twitter, IG, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, of course. But yeah, we do anything dogs here. And me growing up, always been around dogs, mostly bully breeds, pit bulls, Rottweilers. There was a neighbor of mine who had a couple shepherds, so he used to kind of teach me about them a little. And yeah. So live your life, dogs. We talk about anything dogs. As you can see, we're working with University Pet Services, Donnie, the Kanuku trainer, but he trains a lot of dogs. If you go on our page, you'll see him training what Great Dane, Malinois, stuff like that. But yeah, anything dogs we do, and like we said, we got Benny and Gracie who are currently looking for a forever home. They're Kanukus, and obviously Donnie, the Kanuku trainer, is training them. And when he got them, they wasn't ready for homes, but now they're ready. So yeah, if you go to my page, you'll see some if you go to my pages, our pages, the Live Your Life Dogs family, you'll see that we got some videos up there explaining what's going on with Benny, we're explaining what's going on with Group Gracie, explaining a little bit more about the Kanuku. And yeah, so that's what we do, man, on Living Life Dogs. And we can talk about any dogs. It could be a Chihuahua, it could be a Poodle, it could be a Cane Corso, it could be a Bonobo, a Cane Corso. Let me say that correct. But yeah, if I'm saying it correct, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's what we do here. Subscribe, like, comment. We're gonna be doing a lot of things this summer as far as training. Me myself, I have two pit bulls, and we're working with them. Their names Hazel and Onyx. Hazel's about to be 2 years. Onyx just turned a year. Onyx is all black, a little bit of white. Hazel's all brown, a little bit of white. Same parents, different litters, obviously. And as far as them, I just take them out hunting with a couple of my friends and my cousin who got Patterdales, and we go do our thing that way. The Patterdales bring it out, they end it, or we just let the Patterdale get it. And if we run anything bigger, bigger game as far as where I'm from, you might run into some foxes, definitely a lot of coyotes. So, when we're out hunting with the Patterdales, we got the pit bulls just to make sure that we run into any bigger game, we got that taken care of. So that's what I do, living life dogs. I am Woods. That's what they call me, Woods. And I love all dogs, all breeds, everything about dogs, everything about breeds, and that's what we doing.
So
But now we
yo,
back
for a second, we back for a
with Donnie the
second,
Kanuku trainer.
cause I tell you what, my first live, my battery's going and it's not charging. So this is a learning process for me. This is a
Yeah,
learning game for me
it's
right now,
okay.
man.
It's okay. It's okay.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and let this thing die, man, because it's not charging. I got it plugged in and it's not charging. But you know, I appreciate you having me on, cuz this has been uh this has been good. This has been good. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's been a lot of reasons why I appreciate you having me on here. First of all, I love your page. All right. The Live Your Life Dogs thing is is needed. People need to have this kind of outlet, and you need to be going around and putting more people in there. So let's get some activity rocking, and
Mm-hmm.
uh and see if we can get some more people uh to showcase their lifestyle, man, because that's what it's all about. And um it's not about what's going on and all the beefing back and forth about this style of training and that style of training. Really, the training is just supposed to happen. You're supposed to get on to living your life with your dog.
That's all. Live
you,
your life
you know what I mean?
with your
You know what I
dog the
mean?
way you want to live it, and
And train it the
hopefully,
way you want to train it.
Yep.
and stop listening to people tell you you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. Just learn. That's all. Just learn. People have come to me with so much anxiety because of dog trainers or people at pet stores who are like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. There's too much of that going on. There's it's screwing people up, and I know that people need to make money, but I see the other side of it. I see people who are literally crying because they can't control their dogs. Like their life is bad.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because this person at a pet
'Cause
store
the
gave them
dog's
some
so
bad
wild,
advice.
and they love the dog so much, but they can't
Yeah,
control it.
because
Yeah.
they can't find the right advice. They can't find, they getting misinformation or incomplete information everywhere they go. You know what I mean? So
Hmm. Hmm.
that's what I like about what we're doing here, man. Because people need to just get information so that you can live your life with your dog,
The way you guys supposed to live,
however you
happy.
want to do it.
You're
It's your
doing what you
pack.
do,
It's your pack.
and hopefully your dog is doing what it was bred to do.
Absolutely,
But if it's
absolutely.
not, and you taking
Something
care
that
of it,
makes it happy.
yeah.
Something that makes it happy. It's
But if you
very
got a hunting
easy.
dog and it's just living its best life in the house, I mean, who's
Yeah,
mad at that?
but
Neither.
that's
It's
what I
not.
mean
It's
when I
not the
say
end of
it's
the world.
very
It's not the end
very
of the world.
easy to simulate the excitement. Is very easy. The dogs are easy to do. If you got a hunting dog, just play tracking games with them. Play
Yeah.
do bite work with them, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do stuff that
Do it.
simulates that. I mean, because
All
that's
you
the
gotta
stuff
do is
we
an
use to
Easter
train
egg
them.
hunt. Do an Easter
Yeah,
egg hunt with meat in the eggs.
you know, if
Pause.
you have a bloodhound or if you have a beagle, everybody hates the fact that their beagle just sniffs the ground and goes. You know what I mean? So why don't you do like you said, hide stuff and
Mm-hmm.
take advantage of the beagle's instincts to have a good time with the dog and to let the dog have a good time.
Why not?
It works. That's really what having a dog is supposed to be about, man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just want to say thanks because I don't want this to just drop out in the middle
Yeah.
before we wrap it up nice and tight. You know what I mean? So, um, Facebook.com, Kanuku Trainer, lots of videos coming. Um, I'm going to sneak something else in here real quick
Go ahead.
because
Go ahead.
I consider myself a traditional dog trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Traditional dog trainers are getting lynched right now
Well,
because
so that
everybody
that
wants to move on to the new stuff.
that's
So
another conversation we'll have, and we'll be doing a lot of
right,
these lives. We'll be
so
doing a lot
so
of
what
stuff
I
together.
got
Period.
here, so what I got here is another page
Mm-hmm.
called Traditional Trainer, where I am going to explain exactly all the way through front to back what traditional dog training is, because it's not better, but you should use it in addition to your current training program if
Okay.
there's something there you need. If there's nothing there that you need help with,
It is what it
then
is.
why then you shouldn't, then you know what I mean? But if there's something that you can use, you should, right? Like
All
these
right.
two dogs I got. People, they were gonna put these dogs down.
And that's a great thing too. And I just want to big up you for that because you basically not basically, I mean, you saved two dogs' life because if you didn't take them, they was gonna put them down, and you took them, trained them,
Hmm.
and now they're ready to go to forever homes. And I'm gonna
And
keep saying that to
wait till the
Kanukus,
success
Benny
story
and
wraps up.
Gracie, ready to go
Hmm.
forever home. So if anyone's looking for a dog and you say you got a farm and you might have a couple foxes that like to run up, Benny will take care of that. Benny
These
would do
guys
it.
go. These guys
Benny
go.
would do it. Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
good dogs,
And again, them videos are up on the Live Your Life Dogs YouTube page. And of course, we're with Donnie the Kanuku trainer, and you can see them videos and get more info on them, see a good look at them, and yeah, man.
All right, well, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having me,
having me.
man.
Thanks
No, thank
for
you.
coming.
And I'll see you when you come up here so we can get more footage.
Yes, we're gonna get more footage. We're gonna do some things. How's Bubba? Real quick
Bubba.
before we leave, how's Bubba?
Bubba's my man. He's doing fine.
Okay.
He you know what?
Bubba's his
I don't want to tell
Rottweiler.
another
Bubba's
story.
his Rottweiler.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
tell
tell that.
another story, but
Yeah, we'll
because he does stuff every day.
All right,
But
we'll get into
we got lots of stuff to do.
We're gonna talk about the Rottweiler too, of course. You got 2 of them, so
Absolutely.
of course we're gonna talk about them. But
I got 3.
yes, you have a good night. Appreciate you coming on the channel. And
yes, sir. Thank you.
You're gonna be out here a lot, so it ain't gonna be nothing new. We're gonna make things happen. We're gonna get busy.
I want to come down there. I want to sit in your spot and do something. I want to see what's going on down there.
Anytime, bro. And yeah, we're gonna do the Live Your Life Dogs things, the Dog University Pet Services thing, Kanuku thing. We're gonna make it all happen, wrap it up, and
you know it.
Put a bow on it.
Right on, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You have a good night.
You know it, man. Talk to you.
Yes, sir.